Let's all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we are underway. Ron?
I have really nothing except I've got the WR
That's what I want to hear. We've
Final.
got,
documents
okay.
that I received approval as to form from Jim Williams as a counsel for Union County, and I just added a signature template for someone to sign, which will probably be Jeff. I understand since Barry's not going to be there, but I left it blank, so you can.
Okay.
It's just by you be as vice president or whatever.
Vice President, yeah. Okay.
And we'll go from there. I'll have a standby plan ready that I think is pretty much vanilla.
So on Friday morning, 8:30, we'll have a joint meeting of Wayne County Commissioners, Union County Commissioners, and the WUR Board. We will meet and have a discussion about the dissolution and the distribution of the assets of the WUR organization. The assets are primarily cash that will be split. At least the tentative agreement is 90% to
Based
Wayne
on
County,
population and rounding
10% to Union
in favor
County.
of Union County, just a few tenths of a percent or whatever. Is it worth a phone call? Probably to the auditor or even to Tim to let him know how many people we're going to have. And I mean, I don't know how, if they're in room 206.
I've talked to Tim several times and he thinks we'll be fine.
Okay.
In their regular meeting room.
It'll be a little cramped, but that's all right. If we are, so be it.
Yeah. Are you coming? Are you coming to the meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you don't want me there.
No, I hadn't heard for
I
certain.
didn't intend to volunteer, but I wasn't.
No, we would love to have you there just in case there are questions. Jim Williams is not normally at their meetings, so.
And I don't know if he'll be there at this one or if he's just going to be available to be called if he needs to, if he needs to talk to them or not. I'll touch base with him and tell him.
And Tim and I have had several conversations. Aaron and I have been at their meetings at their commissioner meetings in the past to discuss things with the full Board of Commissioners, and I think we're on the same page and ready to take action on Friday. So.
And then I've got to get Sheriff and I talked as he came in. I've got to get the request for proposals basically out
for the medical
inmate health care.
Okay.
He's done a really good job of, if you will, of setting the table, so to speak, with all potential alternative vendors. But
Good.
I don't know if we get it out. We're looking at April 15th. That's not quite 30 days, but
okay. All right. Nothing else at this point? Any questions for Ron? All right, then I will apologize. My phone is on. I have a contractor at the house, and it's things. I just need to be available. So, at any rate,
Do you need a backup pump?
I hope not. I really hope not. Mr. Higginbotham.
Yeah, just very briefly on your project sheet, the generator project's ongoing. The fairgrounds parking, Mike and Brandon putting together some costs and analyzing the drainage.
Which the drainage is the significant issue right now, the first step. Right?
First step, we gotta make sure that the area is drained and has the capacity to drain to the southwest.
And that pond has the capacity to hold.
That's part of the calculation.
Right?
Gordon.
Okay.
Yes.
Gordon's office.
Yeah, the surveyor's office will be helping in this, although Brandon, I think that's actually one of his degrees
Areas
is
of specialty, yeah.
drainage calculations. The courthouse front entrance, as we speak today, the projected start date is in April. And I think it's Good Friday. I'm not sure what that date is, the 17th or something like that. Although that's the sale, that's the deed sale, the 17th.
That's the deed sale.
So it must be the next day. The IT cabling project did get finished last Friday. They finished as they indicated they would. The ProxGuard lock system starts today. They are here on site over at the health department doing that one first. Then they'll move to the courthouse. And the courthouse elevator project, we have had 3 companies come in and waiting on the report for the cleanup of, remember the bottom of the shaft has a
The shaft, right.
significant amount of debris down there. So we're waiting on those cost estimates, so hopefully you'll have those next week to look at. And then the council one-time balance and fairgrounds naming rights balance is there on the right side.
Okay.
Questions?
Are they coming to the annex building after they do the health department? Is that what
They're going to the courthouse next. They want to do they said that they're going to start on the 4 doors on the west side first, the prisoner door.
West side down at the bottom, okay.
And what the folks that are here today are the electric portion of it. After they've pulled all their wires and got them in place, then the lock people come in to put the ProxGuard people come in to put these are just the electricians.
And so, where, I mean, they're gonna wire at the doors, but ultimately that has to be connected back to courthouse security or?
Yes, yep.
Okay,
Not all the doors are gonna be,
No,
ProxGuard says.
It's all the exterior
Specific.
doors. Or all the exterior doors. And the health department is just 2 of the doors.
all the exterior doors now?
all 3 doors here?
Well, remember you've got six doors.
I thought we limited the
We
number.
eliminated some from the courthouse. I misspoke. You're
Okay.
correct. Not that I do that often, but there are a couple doors at the
Not
courthouse.
that you misspeak or not that you apologize for misspeaking.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Thank you.
Oh, boy. Anyway, you're right. The north-south doors won't have it, but the main door will and the prisoner door will.
Okay.
And the one that you.
We have a plan, a
Yes.
written plan
Yeah.
that our contractor is aware of, which
Yes.
doors.
That is correct.
And they're following.
And the contractor will follow.
And
They
they're
they just got started, so I.
Make sure they follow.
Okay, good.
Good.
And then the only other thing I have, just to bring your attention, because it could come up on the radar we may need to do something. The Extension Office has an employee that's on FMLA, and Haley is going to help out with phone answering and some walk-in traffic. We can't sustain that for a long period of time, especially with fair time coming up.
Right.
Because the Extension Office gets very busy. But Haley has willingly indicated that she would help out. I have indicated to her that if this caseload gets really heavy and impacts her, don't hesitate to say something to us. But that may be something you folks are going to have to look at.
Okay,
That doesn't change.
okay.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about the deed sale. The logistics on that and timing, and I think that's the 17th.
I think it
Yeah,
was the
17th is a
17th,
Thursday.
Yeah.
Friday, the 18th is when the project's gonna start Good Friday.
Okay.
Okay, and so we have pulled together a group, and we're looking at the process. Over the last couple of years, we've had issues in coordinating with the city and making sure that the properties we put up for sale are not slated to be torn down, or they've already been torn down, or torn down after we advertise the list of properties for sale. So we're trying to coordinate that better. Couple of things that this group will be looking at. One is our any of these properties on the unsafe building list. And then also, there's been a request to turn over a couple of the vacant lots to the city, who is working with a developer to do an infill housing project, actually build some houses in some of these areas. The other point that I will make is, in the future, the EDC has approved a contract with a company out of Indianapolis that will be providing guidance in setting up a land bank that in the future we would be able to use to manage some of these properties that have some commercial value, if you will. And this land bank, if it gets set up, it's still an open question, but we could turn some of the properties over to that land bank, who would then be responsible to maintain them and figure out a reuse program on how they would get those back on the tax rolls. So we'll need to be looking at that in the coming months. Anything else on the deed sale? Do you remember approximately how many? It was a pretty low number this year, wasn't it? 20, 24 or something like
Was
that?
that many, was it?
Well, maybe we've taken a few of them out.
Remember I thought it was like 19.
That could be, it could be.
And most of them are vacant lots.
Almost all of them are
Yeah.
vacant lots this year. And which is gonna continue with the blight
We've asked the
elimination.
assessor's office to give us a appraisal, just for our file.
What now?
Ask the assessor's office to give AV on those properties that,
It's on the list.
is it on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I know how much is owed is on there, but I didn't
I thought
recall
it had the,
the assessed value being on there. We'll need to take a look at
Well,
that.
I assume this is deed sale, isn't it?
Correct, this is the
Offering them
deed sale.
for
100 or 500
100
minimum
or
bid.
500 if
Right.
improved, or 200 or whatever. Do we just have something in our file that shows that appraisal?
this isn't a deed sale though. Or yes, this is the deed
This
sale.
is the
Yeah,
deed
this-
sale.
Well, it goes back and forth. Yeah, this is the deed sale. Okay, I got you.
I mean, I know that it's very informal. I mean,
Got you.
just have some hat hanger because of the statute.
Okay, we'll take a look at that. And what else have you got,
I
Steve?
just got a text from Dale. They are still on for tomorrow to do the generator.
Okay,
Coming from Indy?
That's what it says. As we speak at 10:31,
Let's hope the storms miss us.
and the extra pump will be in today.
Good. You found
so
one?
we found one with a high enough flow rate that,
We have an extension cord long enough to run to?
Yes, we do.
I still think that
good
we should,
question.
that
have
we
to
should
park
have
it
everything
closer.
set up
It's
and
gonna-
ready to go.
It'll be our Lex that's gonna come up
Yeah,
about 3
it's
foot
whoops.
short.
Somebody get in the mobile command center and
And
pull up
move it.
into the
Yeah.
yard. All right, what else have you got, Steve?
That's it.
Okay. Bobby? Hotel rate increase?
I've got 2 requests. First one's from the recorder's office for $155 a night for 3 nights, 2 rooms at the Sheraton in Indianapolis.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve that request. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
A little recommendation for the council tonight to consider increasing that.
Are we doing that? Okay, good. That's what I was gonna ask if,
And the second one is from the clerk's office for $183 a night. 1 room, 1 night at the Crown Plaza in Indy.
Move for approval.
second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. So we had talked about recommending $150.
Yes.
Both of
Both of these are over
above that.
150. I mean,
So Do we want to say 175? Do we want to say
I don't-
200?
I think most of them come in like 130, 140 that we've
A
been.
lot of them have been
Yes,
recently.
and I think 150 is good right now, and then I say we stick at 150 and just kind of see how that goes, and
That can
because
probably get you in the indie market. If you get up to Fort Wayne or places like that, you might not have quite as much
Yeah.
choice.
yeah, so I'm okay with 150 right now and just kind of see where it goes.
We
and-
engage to see how many more we have to do after we change
Yes,
it.
that's where I'm at.
And
And we can always ask later.
The other issue then is, the cost of the room is a function of their budget. So we're not increasing their budgets, we're increasing the cost that's pre-approved for a motel room.
Yes.
So it may come to pass that people need to look more carefully at how many of these events they're going to. So I think it's possible that those budgets will not go up for next year. And certainly not before we see what's going to happen in the legislature this year. So
Agreed.
we'll see. So you want the recommendation again to stay at 150?
I say we keep it at 150 right now.
Okay. That's what we'll do. Centerville Library appointments.
Centerville Library has 2 appointments. They're requesting to reappoint.
Go ahead, take a shot at it.
I gotta see where I put their names. Kim Goebel and Tiffany Thornburg to serve another 4-year term on the board.
Move for approval. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve these 2 appointments to the Centerville Library Board. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
And just you sign.
This is a president's signature,
Yep.
okay? All right. Mark, you brought a whole crew with you today. Anything from you? Do you have anything to share with us?
What you guys do in here.
Can we ask to be introduced, because I don't recognize her, don't? I take it she's a new employee?
I am. Hi, I'm Crystal Anil. I'm the new grant clerk.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you, Crystal.
I'm going for vacation next week and she will be just here instead of.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
Are you coming back?
You know, she hasn't decided yet, Mark.
You don't have to answer that question.
That is a valid question.
Depends on how the vacation
The
goes.
guy she works for. I don't know. I'd have to
Yeah,
think
you might
about
not
it.
come back either. Huh? All right. Bobby, anything else?
I don't.
Okay, Steve,
No, sir.
Ron?
Yes, one quick
Yes.
question. I had an email. Don't know if you were copied on it or not from Val at EDC on the template for blight program, blight elimination. And they didn't understand what the exhibit was supposed to be for. Well, I thought the exhibit was the document that showed the declaration of the unsafe status of the
Okay.
property and the reasons for it is Exhibit A.
That makes sense to me, that it demonstrates that they've gone through all the legal steps necessary to
Yeah, we
tear
gotta
that
have something.
building
I mean,
down.
we wanted, it'll be a description of the property itself.
Right.
Plus, it alludes to the fact that it's been deemed to be an unsafe structure or
Is this ours that you're talking about or just in general?
it's the template I sent a month ago.
Okay.
It's the template,
Oh,
so
I got
every
you.
building that goes
You
through
remember
this process.
Yep, I got you.
And it might vary a little bit for those that aren't going to create their own unsafe building ordinance, but that's where we're helping them, I understand, most in those situations. County.
I think they have to have an unsafe building
That was part of it.
ordinance to be eligible. Yeah.
That's true.
But this document would identify specifically the building or the parcel, and also that they have taken the necessary steps to declare it unsafe and ready for demolition, right? So that makes sense. I haven't seen that, but we can get with her later today. Okay, guys?
I have minutes and claims
Right,
to
but
approve, but other
anything,
than that,
any
no.
discussion topics? Brad,
Nothing I can think of off the top
Okay.
of my head.
let's go with claims or minutes.
Make a motion to approve minutes dated March 12th, 2025 from the Board of Commissioners.
Second?
A motion and a second to approve the minutes. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the following claims: CenterPoint New Energy and Indiana American Water, Veteran Assistance, Richmond Power and Light. I'm sorry, let me go back for the dates on those, I apologize. CenterPoint is dated 3/14/25, Veterans Assistance dated 3/13/25, Richmond Power and Lights dated 3/14/25. General claims dated 3/19/25. IRF and federal payroll tax dated March 21st, 2025. Dunflex and garnishments dated March 21st, 2025. Payroll dated March 21st, 2025. And MasterCard payment dated 3/17/2025.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the claims. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Anything else? Getting some strange noises that are going through the building here. All right, we've got the Fleet Management Committee at, is it 4:30, Steve?
Yes.
And then the,
Workshop
our
at
regular
6.
workshop at 6. If there's nothing else, we're adjourned.